What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at vampire crawlers. Yes, from Vampire Survivors. The creator of Vampire Survivors has decided that he's going to make a dungeon crawler. And this is sort of like, you know, when the Binding of Isaac people release a new game, you kind of have to check it out if you're a video gaming channel. So I dedicated today, for the recording of this episode here, for doing a little bit of first impressions on vampire crawlers. I have played entirely little of this game. I played for like 15 minutes because I wanted to keep it fresh. I wanted my first impressions to just spring from my brains as we were diving on into this game. But today we're going to take a look at it for about 30 minutes. We're going to see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games you would rather pass on. That's perfectly fine as well. The link to the demo is down below. It is available as part of the Steam Next Fest, just in case you wanted to give it a try for yourself. Of course, you can find a whole bunch of other links down there that lead to other assorted Nerd Castle stuff, just in case you wanted to browse on through those. But let's dive on in and let's see if Ponkel's done it again. Let's see if he can revitalize the magic and make this happen for a two-peat. Let's go ahead and start off a new game. Okay, alright, we got a little bit of a soundtrack kicking. It's always weird when I do an intro to a game and, like, I can hear the sound of my own voice through the headphones. Okay, so we've got a normal grid-style Legend of Grimrock navigational interface. We can spin around. Can I go back to this cart back here? I can't go back to that cart right there. It also looks like we've got a flying rodent in front of us, so let's see what the game has in store. It has given us a knife. It deals 40 damage. I think he's got 24 HP, so go to sleep, little bat. Now is not your day to fly. As much as we all wish we could, unfortunately, now is not the time for you or anyone else. So does damage pass through right here? Because that looks like they've got a sum total of around 32 HP that we're going to have to deal with. The 40 damage did indeed cut straight through. Okay, so we're going to be doing a little bit of mathematics inside. I'm going to break out my old kindergarten training, crack the knuckles, put a little bit of sweat on my furrowed brow, figuring out how the numbers work here. We got the Bible. We got the big old Jesus book that has now been added to our repertoire. It looks like we can bust open a log. I mean, I would have just stepped over it, but hey, if you've got the kicking power to actually blast your way through that thing with just the power of your leg muscles, your thighs, you know, them thick old thighs, them thicky boy thighs, might as well do it. We got the combo stack, so play cards in ascending mana cost in order for a combo multiplier. Okay, what does a combo multiplier do for me? Like, why would I find that desirable? In the field of mechanics, why do I want that? Do I just want it because I want it? Pretty sure the knife is going to kill all those guys. Oh, no, never mind. It wasn't showing. Okay, so they had, like, shield or something. Well, King Bible them, and down they go. Everybody's been eliminated. Let's carry on this way, obviously demonstrating that we can break open torches, just like in the last game, in order to get ourselves a little bit of cash. And then we've got another bat over here guarding the stash. So what do you guys have going on right now? We've got 16, 16, and 8. So the knife should take out those ones in the front. Oh, no, it did not take out the ones in the front, unfortunately. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing here then, or maybe they have some kind of like baked-in defense. I gotta take another look at it real fast and make sure. I thought that that was their HP when I moused over. Fire that off right there, and it looks like we dealt 18 damage. Oh, it's just telling you whether it kills or not. Okay, so it's telling us the damage that's gonna get those guys, and then we get the red icon if we're actually gonna, like, knock them off the list. All right, well, go to sleep, little buddies. It's time to look fish-eyed at the sky. It's all over. We got ourselves an axe. Deal 45 damage to multiple enemies with a chance to cause a knockback. All right, I will definitely give that some deep thought, but probably play it poorly. So we've got our combo thing going on. We got 8 damage going out right here, and there's kind of 2 ascending orders that we can play around with. We go with knife into Bible, but that's going to leave us with not enough. No, it will leave us with enough energy. All right, well, let's play that right there. We got 16 damage going out from the Bible, and then, oh, no, never mind. I did not have enough mana in order to do that. We only have 2 energy. Gotcha. I thought we had 3, just like every other Slay the Spire style game. That's going to kill all of them off. Unfortunately, not going to be enough to get us through there with the axe, so I guess I'll just take a swipe at him, but we are losing a little bit of HP over on the left-hand side. One thing that I think is immediately apparent is that the sound design of this game is absolutely off the charts. They've picked a lot of things that are punchy, a lot of things that are worming their way into your ear and feel very satisfying every single time you play a card, every time an impact lands, every time that we're looting gems. the game sounds and feels great, which makes sense because Vampire Survivors was a game that sounded and felt great and gave the player absolutely fantastic feedback for just about everything they were doing. The axe will kill those guys off, so I'm just going to chuck the axe straight up off front, and then we've got ourselves a level up reward. We can have the Spinacci. It'll make us deal a little bit more damage. What is this thing? Oh, a free energy. Very nice. Okay, I'll definitely take that. That actually increases our combo potential quite a bit. So if I go knife into spinach into axe, will that still count for the combo? Let's find out. So spinach got in there, and yeah, dude, it's a damage multiplier. So that's why we find the multiplier attractive right there. That's why we want to play with the thing, and it looks like that wiped out the entire row of enemies without us taking a single little bit of scuffing. But now we've got even more bats. I'm liking the level of depth that you have here too, where you can tell that they're arranged in a ring around the coffin. Even though we're playing on like a 2D screen with 2D sprites, it's very difficult to get done when it comes to billboarding to give that appearance of depth out there on the map. Let's start out with the knife. We'll go with the Bible, and then that's going to take us up to the axe, but God only knows how many of them we're actually going to kill. It looks like it's given us the Santa water. It's time to rain down holiness on these ho-ho-hos. All right, so with the Santa water, I'm going to play it for free because that's what the game wanted me to do. That gave us an X4 multiplier, and it looks like everything that moves through the Santa water on the ground while rotating in between the various positions is going to take additional damage right there, which is nice. Let's start this thing off spicy. We got 50 damage coming out of the Bible. Unfortunately, was not enough to get us through that round safely, so we took a little bit of a retaliatory strike right there. What we have to decide is, do we want to go Bible into axe, or do we just want to go Santa water? I'm going to go Bible into axe because I find the combo to be satisfying. It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel like I did something accomplished. Thank you, Crawler, but the vampire is in another coffin. Love that little wipe they used right there to make the button appear as well. It's definitely a Vampire Survivors game. You can absolutely tell from the visual design that they kind of kept that intact while adapting it into a new style of gameplay. The reason I always get addicted to these things, I love slot machines in real life, man, and everything about these games is designed to be like a slot machine. Like lots of audio-visual feedback that gets the dopamine flowing and kicks out all those different chemicals inside of your brain that get you latched on. He joins the crawlers. Okay, I don't know how that's going to affect us, but I'm sure it will be helpful. So we've entered on into a village. We have a couple places we can go to. We can go to the town hall. That tracks our unlocks. We can go over here to the graveyard, which is going to be our option menu. We can also go back out into the game world. It looks like there's something on the left right there, like a market or something like that, but I don't think we've unlocked it just yet. So coming inside of here, do we get anything for these unlocks? We do indeed, but it actually already gave it to us inside of the gameplay. All right, sounds like a plan. Find and play a vacuum. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in here. I don't know if it's all going to be enabled for the demo. I don't know how girthy they decided to make this demo, but either way, let's find out. I don't think there's much else to do except go back out to the game world map, so let's go for it. So inside the game world map, we've got the Mad Forest. Once a thriving haven, it's now a dumping ground for evil. A vampire is said to be the root of this evil, but we can find only mayhem and roast chicken. Dude, I love roast chicken. You will never get me to walk through a Rayleigh's without stopping at the hot box or the deli to just stare at that like herb roasted chicken that they make. I don't know what they put in that stuff, dude, because when I walk in there and I smell it, I'm like, baby, I gotta buy a rotisserie chicken. I'm sorry. I'm doing it again. I'm sorry. I know I said I was going to quit. I know I said I was going to recover, but I just can't. I just can't. We've got gold inside of there, and then we've got one lone little bat over here. And so we've got Antonio, adds 4 armor. Okay, he's a crawler, so 10% more damage when a red card is played. All right, well... Oh, cool, he's got like a little voice dialogue right there. That's nice to hear. We'll go ahead and put the whips across him, and then we'll get ourselves a little bit of armor, which should save us on that turn. We've got whip into spinach into armor. Okay, well, whip's going to kill him off, so I don't think we need to worry about the rest of it, but we do have a level up reward. I would say let's get more damage inside of here. I need to take a look at my deck. Can I look at it from here? So we've got 2 whips And then we've got an armor and a spinach. We can get a knife, which is 50 damage, so 10 damage to multiple enemies, 50 damage. I mean, I guess we could just start our comboing off strong because the whips count as like a 0 slot, so we can take the 1 slot right here. Let's take that real fast. That sounds all right to me. Do we have any more objects around here that I can interact with? Got a bunch of bats and a bunch of Skeletors. All right, we'll hit them with that, and then we'll wipe them out real fast. Combat in this game, obviously very fast in its conclusions. You get in, you get out, you play a couple of cards. I do not think that this would have worked if the combat took any longer. Like, the fact that the game is impulsive, and it's fast, and it's sort of frenetic, and you just kind of like throw things out there while adhering to certain rules that are set up by the relics that you have inside of your possession means that the game doesn't lose its sense of flow, I suppose. We'll go whip into King Bible, and there it is. Another one bites the dust. Let's carry on forward with another level up right there. We could get ourselves another Bible. I'd like to pick up something to get like a 2-mana attack, but I suppose I can take the knife for right now because the knife keeps us sort of squared away with regards to damage. I don't know what that big vortex thing right there means, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it probably means we're going to be fighting a boss. Let's go whip, knife, yup, knifing them down, San Quentin style. Anything lootable around here? Can I have those berries right there? Because they look absolutely delicious. They look extra strength juicy. And so, like, I'd be down to get down on some berries. Let's just kill them off real fast. I'm liking the absolute 0 latency in between clicking a card and, like, playing a card, too. I think that's a really good thing out here. What have I not cleared? Hold on, back it up like a dump truck. Beep! Okay, so we can take 4 armor. We've got whip into spinach. This is going to be a little bit of a non-starter turn, so we're going to take a damage right there. I would rather not take a damage, but every now and again you got to bite down on a turd sandwich. It's just the way that the universe works. We know not when the sandwich of turd will come for us each and every one, but we know deep down that it shall come, and that suffering shall be individual and spread between all of us. Let's get some knives out there, and then we'll go with a spinach, then we'll go with a whip. Unfortunately, no. Our character just exclaimed yes, but I say no because we didn't kill everything in one turn, which bums me out tremendously. However, I do have access to a torch over here, so let's break that open for a little bit more walking around money when we get back to town. And then we've got ourselves a huge stack of bats, like an enormous stack of bats. Oh, it looks like the damage carries through as well. I'll probably go with another knife right there. It gave us a freebie knife to play around with. I think if they shift zones, they don't get to attack us, which is real good. So we should have a freebie turn on him. Yeah, there's a definite flow to the game that you like feel out as you go along. He didn't hit us for anything, so I don't much care about that. We'll put some knives on him. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to bring him down to the ground, but we do have a decent turn right here for 120 damage. I do wish that they had like a health bar or something else like that so I could tell how far along we were with our DPSing efforts, but like, not the kind of thing that they gave me, unfortunately. Maybe like an aura. You see how they have a little bit of an outline around them? What if that changed colors slowly and moved towards red? So it starts out this sort of like seafoam color, works its way towards yellow to red based on where their HP's at. I think that'd do it. Give me all them goodies. Are there going to be more floors? I'm going to take another armor. I want another armor. I'm trying to keep my deck nice and even right now, and it looks like we can dig something up. Oh, we were digging down deeper into the dungeon. What is that thing? Is it a maraca? The Gem Hammer. Unlocks the ability to add gems to your cards. You can find them in chests or when you level up. We got a little bit of customization going. Oh, okay. Yeah, big old sound blast right there. Hits twice as hard, double damage. I could take that. Put it on the King Bible. Perfect. God, dude, you can definitely tell that Ponkel used to design. So I recently went to Las Vegas and I lost an inordinate amount of money on one-armed bandits because I just can't stay away. Luckily, I had set aside money before I went on the trip, so I wasn't worried about losing any of it. You feel me? Like, I feel like that's a really good rule for when you go to a casino is you take the money you have, you make no further withdrawals, you just play that money till it runs out, then you go see a show or something. But I had never been to Vegas before. It was my first trip to Vegas. And so anyways, I played a lot of slot machines while I was there, and you can definitely feel in this game the slot machine design. Kill them off real fast. Good to know. All right, let's fall back real quick. We'll fight these skeletons over here. I'm kind of looking for treasures right now is what I'm really interested in. Didn't get a lot of attack on that turn, unfortunately. Wish that we had gotten a little bit more, but alas and alack, we did not get that. All right, I'm going to open that up real fast for my Cash Money Cheddar Stack Gouda Guap exchange. And then over on this side, we've got Antonio leading into armor, leading into spinach. I'll take it. We didn't really get to deal any damage right there, but it doesn't truly matter because we had so many defensive cards that we kind of skated our way through it without any problems. Is that a breakable log right there? Break it! You taught me that treasure is inside of logs and you are going to break it. Okay, it's not going to break it. Never mind. I take it back. What is that, like a bread flour? It looks kind of delicious. What do we got here? We got Whip into King Bible. I'm sort of curious if I play a 0, a 1, and a 1, if that's going to do anything for me. We do have a question mark over there. Oh, floor chicken. I'll probably save that for later. What is that? Ooh, extra mana. Yeah, dude. Definitely could use that. Okay, so Knife, Spinach, Knife. We'll go armor, whip. Okay, good stuff. Level up reward. I'm going to take another Bible just so we have a chance that that combo will come up a little bit more frequently. And then on this side, we've got Knife into Bible, a Knife into Jesus. And then over on this side, a little bit more money. I mean, a little bit more financially diversified. Let's go armor, spinach, Antonio. We're not really going to take any damage right there, but we'll open up right there. I do like how the cards, they don't wait for the animation to play out before you can select another one either. Like, I'm a big fan of that. I will take my floor chicken real quick, although in that case it was levitating a little bit more. I know you guys were screaming at me to pick up that lamp on that side, so might as well do that while I'm in the neighborhood too. Let's open strong right here, keep them shifting lanes, that way they don't get a turn. Okay, and then we've got Whip into spinach, into armor, but we are going to take a little bit of attrition right there. Let's go Whip into Bible, into armor. And then on this side, we got Whip into Bible, into armor. I like all those options, taking lots of damage out there. And we'll go Whip into spinach, into armor, although I'm kind of contemplating. Maybe I should just play the spinach first since I'm not getting the damage due to the fact that I don't have like a follow-up card to play. But either way, things are going somewhat smoothly right now. Give me some armor and launch as many knives as you possibly can at him. I guess I could take another Bible, I suppose. I don't know if I'm deck building properly here because I don't like deck building games. And so my experience is not that great. But we did get another double damage over on this side. I'm going to say let's double damage out one of our knives so that we have something on the 0 rotation that's actually helping us out a bit. And then down to the next level we go. We've got bats. We've got all kinds of baddies down here. Let's go this way. We'll circle around to see if we can get ourselves a free energy first and foremost. Wipe them out real quick with the double damage. All right, another set of skeletons over on this side. We'll go Whip into King Bible. Good stuff, and we'll keep ourselves flowing. I do not see anything on that side that can be broken, but over there we've got another floor chicken just in case we got to catch ourselves. Mash? Oh, my bad. I don't want any of this stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish I had like a skip or like a banish for like a different style of rewards. I probably shouldn't take that right now, but seeing as it only gave us 10 HP, I am gonna take it. Launch that on out. Another batch of skellies laid low. Give me another armor real quick. And what are we looking at with our overall layout right now? Let me take a look at my deck to make sure that we're balanced off. So we've got 6 damage and buff cards, and we've got 6... So we've got 6 armor and buff cards, and we've got 6 attack cards. That means we're keeping it nice and even right now, which is what I prefer to do in titles like this. I like to keep my defensive and offensive options somewhat arranged in a way that like I have an equal chance for that stuff to come up. Took a little bit of damage right there. Give me the armors. We'll whip them all down and whip it good, just like Devo said. Give him that last knife right there, and then we'll carry this on all the way down to the edge. All Bibles, actually. I think, what is this guy right here? Just like zombies? Okay, so give me some armor. What does that do? Is that like how much armor I have to get rid of before I can get to them? Huh, what just happened right there? Hold on, I need like further information. So we're gonna whip into spinach, into double damage knife. Okay, so that's outgoing damage, and I think that's how much, like, soak they have, maybe? Whip them. Launch that out. Give me an armor just to take the edge off, and it looks like we actually have a boss in the background, too, or at least, like, a mini-boss. Let's go with that, get the double damage on the Bible. Throw out another Bible. And we've only got 2 damage coming back on in, so our armor should soak that perfectly fine. I think we'll go armor into Bible. And just keep this train moving. We've got like one more free turn before this guy gets to throw down with us. Throw that Bible out there. I wonder if the multiplier applies to armor as well. I haven't really been paying attention, have I? Throw that out there. Let him have a nice saucy chunk of damage right there. No play on that turn, unfortunately. Draw failed us. We'll go Antonio and knife. And it doesn't look like we got what we wanted here, so, like, whatever. Just pray for the best. Should have played spinach first. That was going to be a little bit of a misplay. I literally just talked about this. But that's the cool thing about my brain. I am utterly immune to good advice. We can get a free draw right there, or we can take an axe. I don't know which I would prefer. Like, draw power is important in this kind of stuff. And we do have a lot of, like, free cards. So I think that's logically the one that we should probably take. Oh, okay, so it actually slots in. It's a gem card. Okay. We'll put that into one of my whips then, because whip is nice and cheap. It doesn't really get a lot done, and in a lot of cases, I sort of just want the whip out of the way whenever I draw it. Increases amount stat. Increases area stat. Increases might stat. I don't know what amount means, so I kind of want to test it. Is it like how many Bibles I throw out? I don't know, put it in the knife. It seems like we throw a lot of knives, but I don't know what the crescendo is going to be here. Don't think I missed anything in the backfield. Very fluid feeling movement, very snappy, very fast. And we got 5 damage going out, but we got 6 armor on this round, so it doesn't really matter. Also, we bulldozed the enemy and reduced them to giblets, so, like, nothing to worry about there. All the way down to the end of the row, and then we've got ourselves some boss fights. Let's go armor into Bible. Probably should have done spinach first, in all fairness. That's probably what an intelligent person would have done. All right, well, throw out the knives. And then on this side, it looks like, I wish that the map had little barriers that told you where the actual walkable spaces and walls were. That would be nice to have, methinkies. A little more armor in there just to soak that turn. Hopefully we get something more advantageous on this go, but knives wiped them out. Very nice. Okay, we do have this right here. Any food inside of there? What about that one? Nay, no, nay, never, no more. Okay, will I get the wild chicken? No, never, no more. Let's go armor into spinach. Okay, so it does come out lessened right there if we're playing around with it. Gotcha. We'll go whip into King Bible. We will also go double damage knife. Actually clears the field right there, which is good. And then increased amount, like, frankly, I kind of feel like I should have gone with more might. We will play Antonio into Bible into armor. That's going to give us, oh, we can get a gem that adds armor to us. Yeah, that sounds really nice. Put that on one of my whips real fast. Yup, clean up the whip, dude, so that we look nice and frosty when we go outside. We look like we dripping. Get him with that one right there. We're going to Bible into that. We're going to armor, throw out a knife. He doesn't get a turn right there, so that's good. He's got 75 armor remaining that we have to get through before we can actually hurt this dude. So let's go whip. 336 damage right there. Very nice, man. A chunky, a hefty hit. What do we got inside of our chest? We've got increased area stat and adds armor. I think I had a Bible left that's not modified, so we'll increase the area on that. And so maybe it'll go back to, like, the row that's behind the enemy. And it looks like we've got 1 floor left in front of us. What awaits us? We don't really truly know. We're going to do our best here. Our health does carry over in between levels. So I think taking these guys out and hunting for a chicken might be where we want to start out. Like, we might want to hunt down some bird a little bit before we go any further. Give me the whip, give me the King Bible, throw out another knife, and that's going to be the fight. Hey, floor chicken. We gambled on it, and we won. What's better than gambling? Well, winning at gambling, I guess. Give me the double damages! We will do the increased area right there. We'll give him another Bible on that side, but it's not going to be enough to get the job done. We'll go whip, into knife, into armor. That should soak the damage that they're putting out, but a level up first. I suppose, where am I at with my overall deck construction right now? I think we need another armor. So just play that real fast to soak the damage they're going to throw at me. And we'll throw that out. The enemy's been aced, and down the road we go. Another batch of enemies over on this side. We'll go knife into King Bible, into armor. Not going to save us, though, because we've got 4 damage incoming and only 2 armor available for play. We'll go that into King Bible. Does look like it put a little bit of a scuffing on the guys in the back line, which I'll 100% be in support of. Armor should have us covered on that turn right there. Knife into King Bible, and that should be good nighty time for these dudes. Let's head on down. Oh, we do have a question mark over there. I should probably go investigate that. Give me armor into spinach, into whip, into knife, I suppose. And then we'll go whip into armor, and then we'll go knife into King Bible, and I should be able to continue my stroll through the haunted lands. Another big pack of enemies over here. We'll go armor into King Bible just to get some starting kills off. 6 armor should soak up all the damage that they have waiting for us. Good stuff. We'll go that into spinach, into armor, but unfortunately it's only going to be 50% of what we need to close the gap for right now. I will go knife into King Bible just to clear the field a little bit. And then it looks like Whip managed to get it done, which is nice. 1 enemy left, but the knife is going to put him to sleep. And so forward and to the left we go, my bros. I think I'll probably go armor into King Bible into armor. We're still going to take 1 damage right there because we just didn't quite have the damage we needed in order to get through the enemy forces. Once again, we're eating a tiny bit of attrition on each of these that's really becoming problematic. Give me another armor. I'm thinking maybe a bit more armor might slide us through this. I may be overloading on blue cards, though, and so there may be some dead turns where I just kind of like pull things up from the depths and nothing good happens. A little bit more money. We've got an upgrade dispenser. Pick a card to get a permanent stat boost. I will upgrade my spinach, I suppose. We'll burn that. And it looks like we only get the 1 draw, which is a little bit of a Debbie Downer. I'm thinking maybe we clinched. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do, but it worked out due to the extra armor card being drawn, so it's okay. I almost screwed up right there. Let's go armor, knife, armor. 1 damage out. We'll go Antonio into King. And I think I may go straight for the boss on this one. Our HP is not looking fantastic at the moment. Play those in sequential order to kill off the front line. And then we'll talk about what we want to do here. So we'll go armor, into whip, into King Bible, into knife throwing. Perfect. You love to see it. Okay, so let's throw down with the boss first while we still have the advantage of having decent health. Lots of damage going out. Unfortunately, we had one of those draws where we got all the defensive cards and none of the offensive cards. Let's start out with a whip. We'll take that into a double damage Bible, into a knife, into an area of effect Bible. That did get the enemy up and off of us, which is good. Unfortunately, on this turn, I foresee... oh, we actually managed to pull it off. Good. Let's add armor to a card real fast, just so we're getting it as a freebie whenever we play that thing. I am a very, very high Bible flow play right now, and so, like, might as well throw it on all the Bibles. All right, 3 armors. I mean, we take no damage, but we also don't really accomplish anything, do we? Let's go knife into Bible right there. I don't know what this guy's going to have with regards to his armor, but it looks like we're somewhat okay here. We are dealing damage out, but with a 12 damage hit, that's getting a little bit ugly. Give me some armors right there just to take the edge off. And then this turn, it looks like we're soaking. Let's go armor into double damage Bible, and he's down just in time. With 25 HP left, we could probably afford to go clear out that fight on the left. I'll cash out and take my 200 gold, but I do like that as an option. Uh-oh. Yeah, I figured you were going to show up at some point, old Grim Reaper. I figured you was going to show up at some point. So we have new unlocks. We've got Mana Orb Tome. We've got the Fire Wand, destroy 20 light sources. We've got the Hollow Heart, reach level 10. We've also got Defeat Montachana in the Mad Forest, which allowed us to unlock Genero. We've got inns, we've got power-ups, and it looks like we've got a library. Okay, we got things to play around with here. Let's go back to town then and check out what the store looks like. So what can I buy inside of here? So attacks deal splash damage, 10% per rank. We've also got armor. So it looks like these are going to be our metagame upgrades. I'm going to go for damage first and foremost, and probably health. That sounds all right to me. So let's get some health, and we'll get a little bit of damage before we go any further on into the game. And then where is the Gorton Hall? Crawlers can join my party. How many people can we have in a party? Oh, no, I gotta buy them, bro. I'm an idiot. I spent all my money on buffs, and it looks like there's space where I can get more of them. Do I only get to pick one, though, before I go into the dungeon? Is that what's happening here? Either way, I think this is a really unique take on dungeon crawlers. There's nothing else like it out there right now. And so, you know, go check it out. It's the new Ponkel game. I don't think there was ever going to be any doubt that the title was going to be lackluster. I think there was a solid chance that this one was going to be a banger, just like his last title. The only thing that I've noticed is it looks like the numbers that come off enemies aren't quite at the same frame rate as like the rest of the game. They seem to chunk around a little bit when compared to the 60 frames that you're getting out of everything else. But for the moment, this seems like a very interesting take on the Grimrock formula. I would like to see secrets and stuff implemented. To be fair, I didn't really look around for any types of secrets or anything else while I was playing through the game. We'll give that the double damage right there, the old double trouble treatment. Can I break that? No. But I would like to see switches and some of the things that go back to kind of Eye of the Beholder style standard games that allow you to explore a little bit in these. It might slow down the flow of the game a little bit, but we haven't had any secrets thus far, and I think secrets are a big part of the dungeon crawler experience. Now, maybe they're going to be in there later. There's no way to really know. We're going to go whip into spinach, into magic wand to kill off the guy that's going to attack us. But my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were fooling around with dungeon crawlers, which is looking and feeling pretty great from my perspective. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I think that's about all I got for you, folks. Bye.
Welcome.